Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your ass, let's do some math. Math, 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 math.
All right. Hey, everybody. So in this video, we're going to be solving quadratics by factoring, but this is the part 2 of like a follow-up to my other video. Because on every single one of these problems, the leading coefficient, the number in the very, very front, is not going to be 1. Okay, so we kind of have an extra step for some of these problems. Okay, so let's look at one. How about 3x squared plus 9x minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, so in the last video, right, I said use the x method and then use the zero product property. Okay, we're gonna do that, but first I need to see if there is another way we can factor this, because I cannot use the x method if there is a number here as the leading coefficient is not 1. The leading coefficient is 3 in this problem. So we need to check for greatest common factor. So our steps: check for greatest common factor. And in this problem, there is a greatest common factor. A big hint. Here's a super big hint that will be very, very helpful for all of us. Always use the leading coefficient and see if that is the greatest common factor. So are all of these numbers, 3, 9, and 12, are they all divisible by 3? Heck yeah, they are. So that means 3 is a greatest common factor. I'm gonna write that in blue. Okay, so now I need to factor out a 3. So I have x squared plus 3x minus 4 here. Okay, now this is a lot more doable. Okay, step number 2 is going to be use the x method. So there's 2 types of factoring in this problem. You have to factor 2 times. So I need to think, okay, x method, remember what multiplies to get me -4 and adds to get me +3. Take a minute. The only things that multiply to give me 4 are 1 and 4 and 2 and 2. Because the 4 is negative, that means one of our numbers is positive and one is negative. Okay, so, since the 3 is positive, that means the bigger number is positive. So we're gonna go with 4 and -1 here. So what that means, here I have 3, that 3 stays out there. Now I just factor this like we've always done. I've got x plus 4 and x minus 1 are equal to 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is step 3, which is the zero product property. Okay, that means we set, the 3 doesn't really matter in this case, but technically I do have 1, 2, 3 things getting multiplied, right? If my greatest common factor had an x with it, I would have more things to do, but these are all quadratics, so that's not going to happen for us this week. So I set x plus 4 equal to 0 and x minus 1 equal to 0. And I solve for x. So this first one, I have to subtract 4. So x is -4. Add 1, add 1. X is equal to +1. Those are my 2 answers.